Peace and blessings. What's going on out there? It is RJ Mahdi live here from Senegal, West Africa. And this is Exodus Radio. Exodus Radio returns. All right. So we're back. The long awaited live stream. Last year, we kicked it off in the heart of the pandemic. Concluded it earlier this year, but now we're back to talk to you guys about all the advancements going on right now. A lot of new things to talk about, a lot of new news on the ground, a lot of new people here operating here and starting to get settled in. And we're even giving a giveaway here at the end of this year. So we're going to talk to you a little bit about that. So stay tuned. Make sure to share this video, like this video. Go ahead and leave a comment under it. Let us know where you are tuning in from. We're going to be watching the comments on all channels. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, shout out to you guys. Peace and blessings to everybody. So today on Exodus Radio, everybody, it's been about 6 months since our last episode, and a lot has taken shape here on the continent. A lot of folks have been able to get involved since a lot of travel restrictions have eased up. We're seeing more people here actually taking initiative and, taking some of these projects to the helm and getting them where they need to go. So today we're going to hear from, obviously, my Exodus Alliance colleagues, Sister Tanya Esquire. She's going to be on here with us. Also, my brother Chief Foday out in Sierra Leone. So we're going to have our usual, team for you guys here on today's show. But also we're going to have some special guests. We're going to talk to some people who are here on the ground, new, some of them veterans here on the ground, but all of them are getting involved right now, moving and shaking and actually bringing this dream to fruition. Shout out to everybody out there tuning in again in the comments on Facebook and YouTube. We see you guys. Man, this light is bright. Our team has a new location, so that's one of the updates here. We were able to expand our location, so little upgrades taking place. Sorry, y'all, I'm sweating because of this light. It's bright in my face. Reminds me of Africa Day 2020. Shout out to Trek with Beck. Glad to see you tuning in. What's going on, sis? That's one of our Exodus members, long-standing Exodus member, getting involved here on the ground since, 2016, 17. But first up on today's show, we're going to talk to a sister who's new on the ground. And she's been here not even, a month. But getting, settled in and actually taking the time to bring her skills to the continent. She's going to be one of the first people that we talk to on today's show. Also, we're going to be talking to some folks over in Ghana. We're going to talk to some people even today in Sierra Leone. And we've got some news for y'all today. One of the big news things I want to touch on today is Senegal now has direct flights to the U.S. Senegal Air Senegal. All right. This is huge news here. I don't know if you guys saw a couple weeks ago, they had their inaugural flight. They're flying direct into New York. They make a beeline for Baltimore, and then they come back the same path twice a week. All right. So direct flights out of Senegal to New York. Twice a week, Air Senegal. So now you don't have to fly through Europe. You don't have to make those, untimely layovers. We all hate those, right? So if you come to Senegal, there's a direct passage. All right, we're going to talk a little bit more about that today and some of the different deals that they're offering on round trip flights that you might want to take advantage of. It's a good time to get out and explore the world, and you got to come down to Senegal and check it out. Matter of fact, I got a friend down here right now from Atlanta. First time in Senegal, hit the ground running. She's out exploring. Her trip was supposed to end today, and she's extended a couple more days so just to be able to see more. And this is the usual reaction we get from folks coming to Senegal. We usually get that, I want to stay longer mentality. So That's to be expected. All right, but first, let's go ahead and bring up my sister here on the ground. Her name is Sharice, and she's here in Senegal, has been here for a little while. Sharice, what's going on, sis?
Nothing much, brother. Glad to be here and be with you. Excited.
Yeah, glad you could join us. You now are here on the ground here in Senegal. We're working together now, which is exciting. It's like we met from a distance, something like this, right? Just live
Right.
streaming and educating and mutual, communicating. And now you're actually here in Senegal working with us. What was that process like from learning about the movement to actually being here, being a part of it? Tell me about that journey.
Well, first of all, it was exciting just to find someone who was on a like mindset with myself. Just really excited about the continent, really excited about the people, our people, and doing something that would motivate and produce a good product for our people. And so that was exciting in itself. As you can tell, I jumped in full fledged. How do I get involved? What do I do? Just having a safe place to land and knowing that there were people already established here that could guide me through in different directions was exciting. Landing on the ground was definitely a treat. It was my first time to the continent. I always had a dream and fascination with Africa because of my family history with the African Methodist Episcopal Church. And so just knowing that there was somebody here that was already doing the things that I wanted to see and that I aspired to be involved in was exciting. And then just to be able to bring my skill set and actually say, hey, I'm ready to serve. How do I serve? And you all opening your arms and allow me to get involved has been a true blessing and something that I'll cherish as well as appreciate as the days go by. I've had an opportunity to do things that I didn't even really foresee or think would be an opportunity. First of all, the return, I like that was way more than I anticipated and expected. I thought I'd just take a tour, be like a tourist, but that was it was an awe factor. And having that grounding to say, hey, this door said no return and I made it back. That was an awesome experience. And it's something I think everybody should take the opportunity to do it and come and see Goree Island and the tours, period. I mean, I'm not done yet touring, but just all the tours I've been on so far and the ones yet to come, everything's been great. Just, it's a good experience so far. And like I said, just being able to bring my skill set is really exciting.
Right. And so talk to us a little bit about your skill set because you are highly skilled. You come prepared to put in work. Talk a little bit about what specific skill set you bring and how you had intended on bringing it and putting it to work.
Thank you. I've always been in the medical field in some form or fashion, even as a child, taking care of my elders, taking care of my younger sister. So medicine or healing, wellness has always been a part of my life. And so after 20 years of being in the medical field, I wanted something different. And healthcare as it is today just wasn't hitting it for me. The clinical inertia of just treating one illness and allowing the person to walk out the door and not be healed started to affect me and bother me a little bit. So I took on the mission of capacity building for individuals as a community health worker. And I had the opportunity to do that through a family medicine practice. And then from there, I just expanded my knowledge in reference to the psych field, as well as behavioral health. And from there, I've put in 6 years, now going on 7 years of behavioral health training and experience, recently certified for neuro-linguistic programming, which is a therapist. I'm a clinician that basically allows. Yeah, neuro-linguistic programming. It's basically behavioral change, just helping people to make those changes that they want to see for their own future and their own life set. And so
talk about why is that important, because that's such an important thing in the repatriation process. Over the past couple of years, we've seen a lot of people come home. And one thing that cannot be ignored is that many of us do actually have some sort or form or another of medical or even mental health issues. Why is it so important for us to be engaged in the kind of practices that you have?
I believe you want to treat the whole person, first of all. Wellness doesn't just start with one illness or one element of the person. And the holistic approach is the only way to true wellness. You can't find a healthy person without them being whole. And so for me, I've always looked at the wellness of a person as a stepping stone that would allow a person to be motivated and encouraged to do whatever it takes for their lives and for any livelihood that they saw fit in the future. One of the things that I think you start to see in our community as a Black community is that traumatic stress that we experience. We don't deal with it and we leave it dormant, and those things grow. And as they grow and fester, they make us even more sick. We become ill in not just the mental capacity, but in the physical capacity. So I think dealing with that as a whole and not just targeting certain things of our health helps the person to be complete. And so for me, the wellness component and dealing with that trauma that we've dealt with and experienced in America, as well as some people here may have experienced some trauma, not just from race, but from anything. Dealing with those things allows a person an even playing field and allows that person somewhere to jumpstart from and to actually be healthy. We take health and the word healthiness for granted, and think that just means that you got a clean bill of health, the doctor says you're okay. But in all actuality, we have to address the entire person. And doing so allows us to be able to not only address wellness, but to be a productive citizen or person in a society.
Right. And as a professional in that field, since you've been here, you've had your, challenges and whatnot getting settled in. How would you judge the overall wellness of the Senegalese people? Like, so coming from the U.S. and then coming here, do you see a difference? And if so, what is it?
I definitely do. I was thinking about this today as I was on my way back to the apartment, and I was thinking about the people here. And, there's just a freedom that they have that we will never experience in America. And that's just all honesty. Some of the systematic stress and trauma that we've experienced make us more vulnerable or less likely to indulge in some things. And the people here are free, to really and truly expand and explore from what I've experienced. They're so loving, so giving, so attentive. Since I've been here, I can't say that I've bumped into a person that's had any ill will or any wishes for me at this point in time. Everybody's been genuine with making sure that I was okay and making sure that the area that I was in, I felt safe in, and I have. And so I think one of the main differences that I see from here and America is that ability for the individual to, I guess, not just dream, but to actually exist in their own presence. I look at America and I say, we have so many conveniences that they don't have here. But the peace that they have here is just way more than most of us Black Americans could ever even fathom getting off, just waking up on a daily basis.
That's definitely what we feel as well, and so many others who come here have a common feeling. It's great to hear it, especially from people who are new on the ground, because there's always, like I say, things change and the environment changes, but one thing that stays consistent is that level of hospitality, that level of love and warmth. I'm glad you experienced it as well. So you have a program coming up. Let's see if I can add this up here. I don't know if I can or not. But tell us a little bit about what you have coming up in November, what you're organizing here as you're here on the ground. Talk a little bit about that real quick. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up on the screen.
Yeah, I'm excited about it too, Brother RJ. I will admit, it's the natural awakening for the expat, and it's basically dealing with all of those components of moving and relocating from America to Africa and touching Mother Africa and actually being able to engage with her. I mean, if there was one thing, if I had to pick anything that I could have done different for my trip, I would have learned the language a little quicker or explored the language a little better. And so that has been something that I wish I had known. But other than that, I think that's something and the culture itself that we can share with other people. So November the 10th through the 12th in Lake Rose, we're going to have a conference at Etoile du Lac, which is a hotel that has been gracious enough to allow us to reserve their space for this event. We'll be exploring the culture as it stands and what we as expats can do to actually get involved here on the ground, as well as dealing with some of those traumatic experiences that I spoke of previously, that race-based trauma that we experience, because it's not an actual diagnosis or disorder. It isn't even recognized as that, but we know as a fact that we deal with it, right? So this conference is geared towards focusing in on that, allowing the diaspora to know that, hey, there are some of us here. We need to join hands, join forces, get together, and actually learn about the land in which we are now settling in, the people that we are saying we love and enjoy so much, and how we can be beneficial to them as well as learn from them. And just getting a little more insight in reference to some of the things that are available to us, because we don't know what everything that is available to us here on the ground. We need that opportunity. So excited about that.
And that event, I'm sorry, and that I was about to say, because that event is going to be taking place around our new property there at the Pink Lake. So for those of you who don't know, our Cape Line Development Group just purchased a beautiful property just off the Pink Lake. It's about 3 hectares in total, but a large portion of it is a farm. We've also got 2 structures there. We're building out 40 rooms and a ton of other.
And it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I had the opportunity to tour that this past weekend for the second time. Like I said, it's gorgeous. It's worth taking a second look, right? And so we went out there, we explored the land, we got to be able to be in the culture and with each other. But the land is beautiful. And the fact that we've already started our own agricultural processes, we've started our own resources for our own people. We've started things that can not only stretch to the Senegalese people, but that can reach to America and bring those home. And so there's a safe landing. There is a space and a place for a return for our brothers and sisters. And so I'm excited about that venture. I'm glad to be a part of that, just to know that there is a space for us. And those that want to come home, Senegal, we've got it for you right here at Pink Lake. And we're doing it. Come home. Africa is for Africans, as you say, brother.
Absolutely. Everybody stay tuned because we're going to share a full video of that property, let you check it out, the way it looks now, as well as the way we are building it out. So you'll get to see some of the renderings as we build it. Sharice, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate having you here in Senegal, having you on the team, having your skills here developing. I look forward to what we can build together, sis. Take care, all right?
You too. Thanks, brother, for the opportunity.
All right, now. So that was my sister Sharice. She's been here in Senegal about a month, but already digging in her feet, working with the team, bringing her skills in the medical and public health field to work here. And now what we're going to do is go ahead and bring up my co-hosts. They are here on the line as well. Let's get them on here. Is that Sister Ya? That is Sister Ya. And that's
hey, greetings.
Peace.
Greetings.
Family.
Let's get somewhere.
On?
Greetings, bro.
Oh, not too much, brother.
Man. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. I see Foday's got the Sierra Leone kufi on. I like that.
Yeah, it's my crown, man. Hey, look, I love it, bro. Because look, in America, I used to wear the brims.
That's
but
my
here,
boy.
yeah, look, I used to wear the brims in America, but these are made of like African cloth.
Yeah,
So when I
it's
sweat,
comfy.
it catch it. It catch all the sweat. If it's too hot, I can take it
Right.
off, put some
It
cold
looks
water
soft.
on it, put it back on my head. Africans, man, I'm telling you.
That's what's up.
Man, it's
Welcome,
good to
welcome.
it's good to be back here with you guys.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. We got so much going on. Tons of updates to bring to people. I know we got to jump into it. You guys got some news updates to talk about. We're going to talk about some of the new developments on the ground, and then we got a couple of other special guests that we're going to bring on today. But let's jump into it. Sister Ya, what's going on in Ghana, man? Tell us about the Gold Coast. What's happening out there?
Brother, all is well over here. We're just trying to, integrate back into the society and the community. We got a lot of people coming in Ghana, lots. And the good news is that the Ghana recognizes that we are a special class of people. For those who don't know, the government has legislation pending that deals specifically with us. It is before Parliament right now. It's being worked on. So we're anticipating that in the not so distant future, we're going to have some announcement about some legislation that is passing that will deal with our particular special situation. One of the things Ghana is making clear is that there will be a streamlined pathway to citizenship for the diaspora that will be coming out of that bill. They're being very hush hush about it. One thing they are saying is it won't have anything to do with DNA. If you want to come home and you are a African descendant, a victim of the transatlantic slave trade, then Ghana will have a way for you to come home and become a citizen and to participate. And so we're excited. We're over here just waiting to see, what's going to come of that. So that's the newest thing on the ground. We're just waiting in the wings, waiting to see what they come out with. But we do appreciate the fact that they do acknowledge us as a special class, a special case, and they are working on that.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
That's great news. I mean, I always knew Ghana would be the ones to lead on that, to kind of really just take the ropes on that and show out Ghana. But I think once Ghana does it, it's going to be a ripple effect, especially throughout West Africa.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. It's happening now. Everyone is studying Ghana. Everybody, because Ghana has led the way ever since independence. Kwame Nkrumah was the first to say, "Get back home, let's go." And he created the way. He even had people like Dr. John Henry Clark as consultants for him. He offered Malcolm X a ministry. So you got to understand, we're just returning back to the roots again, man. So that's great. The other countries are watching too. Every time I talk to people here in the government, they're watching Ghana. They're watching Ghana.
Right. And here, I mean, we're just seeing a lot of programs here, especially in the housing development field that are specifically tailored and focused on the diaspora. So whereas maybe the legislation has not been placed, we're seeing a lot of some of the biggest major developers here in the country are now saying, hey, look, we have specific tailored programs for the diaspora, in terms of financing, in terms of paying from a distance, in terms of making homes that are like we, are used to them, right? And so this just shows that it takes a lot of levels to prepare for the return. It takes a lot of preparation here on the ground, to really actually build the kind of foundation that is necessary for us to land on. And so that's what's going on here, man. Everybody's preparing for this thing just in terms of structurally, infrastructurally, and creating more ways to connect. For instance, Wave, which is a huge money transfer app, right? It's in America, and now they also have it here. They have it in Nigeria and several other countries. But it's expressed that its main focus is for people to be able to send money to Africa. And so now it's created this stronger, system of transferring funds, right? And so these are the kind of infrastructural needs that are necessary, right? It's not just, fly in and move. It's, how am I going to be able to move my money, make money, set up businesses, build homes? Who's going to do these things for me in a way that I understand or expect them?
Oh, yeah.
And so those things are becoming more and more available here on the ground. So we can definitely say that the exodus is in full effect.
Absolutely, bro. And you know what? The crazy thing, bro, is that, it's the timing. It's the timing of it all. We could have been doing this 20 years ago, but it wouldn't have been the right time. But the time of it right now, man, is like, it's surreal for me, sitting in Freetown, watching people pour in, being that consultant, being that person you can call on. It's a lot of burden, actually, because we have to exhaust ourselves to get those resources prepared for the people. I've been reading about what some European and Asian countries do to accommodate their repatriates. Every country in the world has people living outside of it. And but if you look at Russia, they have a dynamic program for bringing back people who went to Europe, who went other places. You come back with a job, you come back with a situation. And it's not something that we're necessarily begging for. It's something that we had to build. We had to build it for ourselves. And what I believe is that no matter what the African country is, the masses of the people stand to benefit from the repatriation of serious, devoted repatriates, bro. Those who are coming back understanding that we have a role to play in liberating Africa, in any sense, whether we're talking about economics, culture, education, whatever, we have a role to play. And we got a lot to learn. We have to learn how to be effective here.
That's right. I think one of the most important things you just said was it's not something that we're begging for. It's something we have to build. And that's powerful because here on the continent, it's never a situation where you should expect everything to be the way you want it. In most cases, things have to be tailored, right? Things have to be added to. It's not just the walk in Sam's Club and have every option kind of environment. It's like go to 15 different shops and markets to get everything you need kind of environment.
Oh, yeah.
So when you're here on the ground, you start to realize that whatever it is that I expect, I should start building it, or at least start creating different pathways for it to exist. Even if I can't dig for gold, I can sell shovels. Right. And so we should always be thinking of how we can be the effect on those things that we wish to see, right? Be that change, right? And so that's what we'll be doing. Shout out to everybody in the comments. A lot of people are checking in from around the world. You guys tell us where you're tuning in from. We got a lot of folks tuning in on Facebook. Speaking of Facebook, our Black Kings and Queens project page right now, 20 million views a month. The page is going crazy. If you guys are not following the page yet, go ahead and tune in. Black Kings and Queens Project on Facebook. Tons of really important, just information, historical information, empowerment info, a lot of info about Africa that you may not have known, a lot of really, exceptional personalities in our people who are doing great things around the world, just sharing light and beautiful, love to those folks on there. So tap in.
Congratulations, man. Those are powerful numbers.
Man, look, really educating, man. I mean, people are really thirsting for knowledge right now. That's one thing that I can say. In the midst of all of the, crazy information out there, there is still a large portion of our people who are thoroughly, going out and actively looking for better information and letting us know it, telling us straight up, hey, look, we need more of this. We want more of this. We want to see this all day. Keep this up.
Oh, yeah.
So we will definitely keep sharing that info.
Supply and demand, bro. Supply and demand, bro. When I was in America, man, I had a whole fantasy in my head about repatriation. I thought that, once I get there, everybody was going to get the hint. and it was gonna be a dialogue, you know what I mean? And I got here and it was difficult, man. You know, I went through some very difficult times the first few years, and it was my fault because I didn't prepare properly. You know, it was my fault. I can't blame Africa for that. I could have came better prepared, but I had the opportunity to learn from the mistakes, and now I'm able to help other people not make the same mistakes. And I think that's the same with all of us. Yeah, I think
That's
that's the
the
same with all.
key.
You know, but it's a process. You know, we are constructing a system. You know, we always talk about the system is doing this, the system is doing that, but what is our system doing? You understand? So when we say Exodus, we're not just talking about one person coming home and meeting some people and building a business and having some land. Our individual success is not our collective success.
Right.
We have to have a system that makes it possible for every working class, every average person in the African diaspora to be able to at least visit the continent once. You never know what you find here. People are coming home finding the love of their life, man. People coming home finding distant relatives. People come home finding their career. They've been in America all their life and never matched
Asaria Tutor's here.
their skills to a career. You know, it's just,
Yeah.
I mean, Africa is literally, for me, the saving. It's the saving grace. You know, we have an opportunity to really define ourselves for ourselves on the continent with the love and support of our people, if that's what we bring it. You know what I'm saying? So it's the most beautiful thing I've ever even imagined to happen. All these people, you know, reaching out so much. You know, when I watch the videos up there in Senegal, it's like I'm right there because I know I'm a part of that. You know, when I see Sister Ya down there doing the thing, I'm like, man, like I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm very excited. And I think that the people, our viewers, our supporters, our members, they feeling it too, man. You know, it's really time for us to mobilize a serious squad, which is another reason why I'm very happy about us coming out with organizational strategy. We actually want to be able to bring volunteers in as members of the Exodus Alliance, where you will be on call and provide your services. You know, there's so much work to be done. And the way it's looking, we don't have a lot of time.
That's right.
I think we have more
Those who
resources
don't know,
we
if you
have.
want this, and so for everybody who's tuning in, because not everybody is a return viewer, not everybody is aware. The three of us hosts here today are all returnees to the African continent. Myself and my wife and kids moved here 7 years ago. Foday has been here, I think, about 9 years now.
Yeah, almost
Sister Ya
9.
has been coming here for years and now a permanent returnee as of a couple years ago. And we all have put our skills together as a part of what is now called the Exodus Alliance to provide our collective resources as being actual returnees, being actual business owners here on the ground, having actual families, spouses, children, etc., that we're raising and operating with here on the ground, and use that experience to help others to do the same. And so we've come up with ways to assist those who, number one, are looking for the ongoing assistance and consulting. Also, for those who may not have the funds to make a repatriation, we have programs that you may be able to get on the waiting list for to get assistance if that's what you need. Even for folks to pitch in and contribute to the assistance of others and to the building of this mission. But the three of our organizations, in conjunction with the UNIACL, the State of the African Diaspora, and the Al-Qaeda Development Group, we've made it our business to be your bridge. And in doing so, we've created what's called the Exodus Club, which is a members-only consulting group that helps you to make the transition, starting from wherever you are in America, anywhere you are in the West, in the UK, in the Caribbean, it doesn't matter, helping you to make all the informed decisions that you need to be able to get involved, move to the continent, invest on the continent, but most importantly, to just be able to engage with the continent. That's what Pan-Africanism is. It's being in the diaspora, but being engaged with one's continent. And so if you'd like to be a member of the Exodus Club, you can always join. Really quickly, we're going to drop a quick video, let you guys know a little bit how that club has been doing here, or at least here in Senegal, and we'll jump right back into the show. All right, stay tuned.
Made in Africa project, and we're here to invite and welcome you home to Mama Africa.
Our programs have successfully welcomed hundreds of members of the diaspora home to the African soil and assisted many more with getting acquainted on the ground. From solo travelers to couples and families.
We got Sister Dayla with us. She's got her kids.
From Ivy League students to HBCU sorors and NAACP chapters.
Foday Island. I got the Reverend Amos Brown of the NAACP with me. We just got off of the boat for Foday Island, about to go see the slave castle. Again, Reverend Amos Brown, the NAACP San Francisco chapter, is with me, and 20 members of his family.
From investors seeking profitable operations to influencers seeking spiritual rejuvenation. Many coming to give back and make a positive impact.
Drawing from the soul.
Others looking for Africa to make an impact on them and theirs.
The academic programs here, what it looks like.
Increasing numbers relocating for good and finding homes and apartments with our help. Some building their dream homes from the ground up. Majority of them linking up, connecting, and building together. All of them immediately falling in love with the culture and lifestyle. As we see our people flocking across an ocean, seeking better lives in the land of our origin, we are reassured of the importance of our mission to provide a safe, comfortable, and sustainable environment for our returned brothers and sisters to call home. This is why the city of Al-Kabalon and all of the communities we seek to develop are infinitely important, and we need your support to see this mission through. All of the groundwork has been laid. Will we continue to invest our time and energy into societies that reject and oppress us, or are we ready to collectively and productively invest in our own? Now is a better time than any. Join us. Come home.
Our website at madeinaafricaproject.com and join us in building.
Man, y'all getting it in out there, man.
That
was nice.
What's going on here on the ground.
Hey,
Nice,
bro, look,
nice.
I had to cut my camera off and I started rocking. That's what's up, man. So beautiful, bro. You know what I'm
I
saying?
wanted to say, I wanted to come in and just piggyback on something you guys were talking about. A lot of people, they ask me, "Oh, Sister, y'all, what can I do to help?" Once I help them, they're so happy. They're like, "What can I do to help?" And I tell them, this is not just about Sister Yah. Once I take you through the process, this is what I want everybody to understand. Once I take you through the process, you know the process. Help somebody.
Right.
All y'all do is refer them to me, and you know what I mean? It's like, okay, look, help somebody, help somebody.
Right.
If all of us, we could be out here like little worker bees, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once I show you the process and you know the process and you know what to do, that's not to say that I won't help or I won't intervene if you run into a snag, you know what I mean? But
Right.
everybody knows when, it's about 100 of y'all out there that I've gotten through this process. So you all know what it takes now. So if all of us are doing it to help somebody, I ain't saying you got to do it all the time like I do it. But if everybody helps somebody, then that's more of us that are out here that are doing the work and helping our people get home, and also helping them to avoid being taken advantage of. And you know, you got some hustlers out here, you know, hitting our people over the head. And I some people have come to me and they were like, "Man, Sister, yeah, I wish I had known. I wish I had known about you before. You know, I paid $1,000 to get." And I'd be like, $1,000? You know what I mean? I'm like, for residency? But you paid $1,000, you know? And not just it'd be the husband, the wife, 1,000 for the husband, 1,000 for the wife, 1,000 for each kid. And man, it'd be breaking my heart. I'm like, man. So I wanted to say, if you're somebody, if you're watching this and you're somebody that I assisted, then help somebody else. Don't just say, "Oh, sister, y'all can do it." You help them too. You know what I'm saying?
Like Tree says, this is definitely an each one teach one type of environment.
Right.
You know, this is important. This is and you know this gets. I just want to point something out because I think this even goes over a lot of people's head when thinking about business or opportunities or the potential of, you know, profits, right? One thing that you have to know coming back to the continent is that, you know, collective work supersedes capitalism, right? Yeah. So being there for your brother supersedes capitalism, right? So it's never about, you know, oh, you were supposed to come to me, or that was my idea, or, you know, that was my client, I knew him first, or you got that job. It's not about that. It's not about that.
No.
And the more we understand that, the more we'll get past the simple challenges that stand in our way. Because most of the simple challenges, most of the simple struggles or, you know, disputes are mostly around, you know, people's egos, right? It was me first. I had it. You took it. Let's get past that and just get to the point where we can say, if nothing else, if I can't do it, I'm happy my brother was able to. Right? If I can't do it, I welcome you to go ahead and take it over. I literally have businesses, departments, projects that I just turn over to people because I can't run them. I don't have all the arms and legs to do it myself. Hey, look, you can run it better than me. Here, I'm giving it to you. Take it and do with it what you will. Make your money off of it, you know, feed your family. But as long as this thing is running, we all are a little better off. Right? Yeah. And that's really the mentality that we have.
Exactly. So and remember when if you do start helping people, and I'm not telling anybody to do it all the time like I do, but you can help somebody. Remember that. And remember that I did it for you. So don't you go out there and be trying to bust people over the head and you know, get an arm and a leg out of them just because, you know. Don't do that. Remember how I did it for you, and you do the same. You know, pay it forward. Pay it forward. That's what I'm saying. Pay it forward. So, and even if you need some help, you can call me, and I will. You know, I'll be there. So,
Sister,
so that's my little piece on that. The more of us that are helping our people, the better.
Yeah, they in the comments saying they check you out.
Look, Sister Yah ain't lying, man. Sister Yah ain't lying. She helped me recently. You know, I had an elder traveling over here. I had an elder over here for like 10 days. And man, I did not know how to get her into Ghana in terms of the visa on arrival. And I hit Sister Yah like, sis, I need your help. I'd be damned if Sister Yah is the plug. You can say what you want. Sister Yah is the plug. And like you were saying about egos, man, only egos and competition make people not recognize what's real right standing in front of them. So definitely what she's saying about just being helpful to each other, like you're saying, community economics, we always preaching it, you know what I'm saying? In America, everything is pit against that. We get ingrained with ideals so that we're competitive, so we don't cooperate. But when you come to Africa in this environment, this cultural environment, It's like shame on you if you ain't thinking community. You know what I'm saying? So it's a challenge for us coming back because in America, I'm not used to being all open and communal all like that because, you know, the programming, the environment. But out here, it's like, man, it's us or nothing. Like, we got to take care of ourselves. We got to watch each other back. You know what I'm saying? Period. And it's real. It's so real. So definitely, I think that everybody should be teaching what they know. Whatever you know about the process, help the people. You know what I'm saying? The money come in where somebody got to work for you. Like if you put me to work, I'm going to charge you. I don't mean to charge you, but if I put you to work, you're going to charge me. And so that's just basic business policy. Simple. What I'm saying is that economics is not just business. Economics involves the whole social process of production. Everybody got a role to play within that production, whether you're a consumer or a producer. You have a role to play within that production. So we're trying to build a communal economic system to sustain repatriation. We don't get no support from nobody. Ain't no European Union, ain't no UN, ain't no United States government. This is us, from our hearts, from our pockets, trying to set the example that we hope our people can follow and then improve on. You know, we're not the shit. You know, we're not saying follow us or nobody else, but at least bring others with you. Bring others with you.
Definitely,
and real ones too, because it's an infestation right now of certain kinds of people. It's an infestation right now.
What's really inspiring is those people who are like the first in their community or their family. You know, those people who are like, my entire family was against me coming. I came, and then now my family is embracing it. Those kind of stories for me just do it for me. You know,
I hear those stories all the time.
Are that guy or girl?
That's me, man.
That first person that their family, you know, and that's
we are. I tell people, we are the pioneers. You know, you remember in the West when the white people, you know, were moving from the West Coast and started going west, and they left and went out. They didn't know what it was going to be. They just went out. They were pioneers. I mean, they weren't the good kind, but you know what I'm saying. So I tell people all the time that we are pioneers for our family in the diaspora. We have to come and create a place for them to come. You understand? Because quiet as it's kept, they gone.
Even more so, those were black. I'm sorry to cut you off, but those were black pioneers during that time, especially in the time after slavery and Reconstruction, when black people started moving from the deep South out to the Midwest, out to Oklahoma, places like Tulsa. Moving out there and getting land. You know, they were the first of their kind. You know, they had to go out there and see what it do with freedom. You know, because what's funny is a lot of slaves, it was just like Harriet Tubman said, I could have freed thousands more had they knew they were slaves, right? So the problem was most people were comfortable in slavery. A lot of black people were comfortable to the point where even if you told them let's run, they wouldn't run. They wouldn't have ran. You know what? Hey, look, let's give me a good bed and a good meal. I ain't looking for trouble.
You know what, bro?
But those ones who started branching out. They wasn't comfortable,
bro. They were terrorized. They were terrified. They weren't. Hey, bro, listen.
Traumatized.
Bro, listen.
Traumatized.
Hey, bro, listen. When I think about it, bro, I'm like, they had us shook.
Right.
We was never stupid, but we was terrified of that brutality. And if you look at it right now, we're still terrified of that brutality in America right now. That's why we have.
There's a lot of our brothers and sisters right now sitting in the U.S., sitting around the world, thinking the exact same thing that a lot of those slaves were thinking on that plantation. You know what?
That's right.
Look, hey, I got a good job. My credit score is okay. Look, you know what? I ain't.
I got a nice car.
My car.
But you know what though? There is a level of social mobility that exists within the United States, particularly now, that has really pacified people. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, our woman, for the first time in the history of us being there, can excel to any level they want to, minus the racist complexion, meaning that our women are paving a whole new way for this whole century.
Right.
Whereas we see this drawback of brothers, but at the same time, most of that is stereotypes. I know so many brothers do so well as fathers, as entrepreneurs, as students. I know dudes that I gave up on that right now they're rebounding. They asking me, man, when can I come to Africa? How do I do it? So there is hope in the diaspora that we will also fix our problems there. I don't want us to sound like because we repatriated, we think we're better or that other people better do it or else they're stupid, they're still on the plantation.
Right.
For me, the whole African population is on a plantation until imperialism is dead, until we control our resources from the top to the bottom. And it just matters what plantation you on, whether you on the Ghana plantation, the Senegal plantation, because I don't turn my back to what I see here. I see it. I see the slavery here too. And I see what's self-imposed, and also know that what is self-imposed is a reaction to what's being imposed from the outside.
Yeah.
Many people know that, but we have to fix the problem. That's why we focus on basic things and focus on the babies. You understand? We have to, because we gotta look 50 years ahead right now of what we're doing.
That's right. That's right. I think it's it's time for alternative solutions on all fronts. And I think what's always important is to have our, and when I say our, I mean like we, the African people, the Black people, the people who are a part of the development aspect of our people, right? Have those boots on the ground everywhere where we need, our foundation to be, right? So even the same thing on the continent. There's no one place that all of us should come, right? Everybody can't come to a Senegal or a Ghana or a Sierra Leone, right? We gotta spread it out. We gotta put boots on the ground in Namibia. We gotta put boots on the ground in Zimbabwe. We gotta put boots on the ground in Kenya, in
Angola,
Angola, right?
Everywhere.
Mozambique, right? And so the same thing is true around the world. And even our colleagues and Exodus Alliance members, the State of the African Diaspora has been creating a network like that. Ministers, deputies, ambassadors all over the world for this government body. I'm talking folks in Brazil, in El Salvador, in Belize, in the UK, throughout Spain and France, etc., Portugal, all Black people, all connected to the continent, but all essentially building resources either where they are or in connection with the continent. So for those of you who are abroad, who are anywhere around the world, just remember the real true spirit of Pan-Africanism is having that connection with the continent, right? Engaging the continent. That's not just, going to Kwanzaa, right? That's like in your everyday life, right? Start to incorporate more principles and practices and media from the continent, right? We all like to sit down and watch our shows, right? You get on your Netflix or your Hulu or whatever, right? Start showing love to those African films and filmmakers. Start showing love to the African platform.
I already do. I love African movies.
Right. I'm starting to get real fond of even the South African films are starting to do really nice now. Like Nigeria was dominating, but now South Africa is jumping right now, bro. Dope films now,
bro. South Africa is jumping right now, man.
So that they can keep going.
Yeah. Hey, look.
They got them on Netflix now.
Yeah. Even my kids are watching all African cartoons now and on YouTube.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
That's awesome.
There are a ton, like literally, if you just go on YouTube and type in African kids show in any country, it doesn't even matter. Just type African kids show Ghana. 2 or 3 different African cartoons are gonna come up from Ghana. Different little cool little characters, just like how we have Dora the Explorer and Blue's Clues and these kind of. They have those here too. And
you want to know what my son's favorite cartoon was when he was away? Was Kitty Coo. Y'all ever watch Kitty Coo?
Yeah,
Kitty Coo. Kitty Coo.
Yes,
that boy watched Kitty Coo back to back to back. He loved Kitty Coo.
Now they got stuff like Akili. I don't know if you guys got little kids now, but you go on YouTube, you type in Akili. My kids love Akili. And there's a whole bunch of them now. But start patronizing that stuff. Start making it a part of our daily lives. And that is the true repack, because you can either continue to build these other people's stuff, or you can build our own. And really, a lot of times, building our own doesn't even require any money. It don't even require you no money to watch those YouTube videos. But when you watch them, somebody on the continent gets paid, or somebody who's sharing positive Black media gets paid. All you had to do was watch it, right? And so that is the true getting involved. And so we want to do that across all parts of our daily lifestyles, just engaging the continent, putting our attention there, bringing that kind of vibe into our households, and then, getting connected even closer when we can.
Yeah. And I want to just say this. I know that Vice Prime Minister is not on today, but I just want to just give a shout out to the State of the African Diaspora. And for those who don't know, RJ and I are roving ambassadors for the state. But I just want to say this. The State of the African Diaspora is doing some real big things. Don't y'all sleep on the state, and they need the support of the people. Pay attention. The state, they're setting up trade routes between Africa and wherever Black people are in the diaspora. We got the Lumi, so we got our own currency. Try to sign up if you haven't already signed up. They're telling Black people on the continent of Africa in the diaspora, we need to have our own currency, no matter where we are, so we can do business with each other. The only way that thing is going to work is you have to support it. You have to support it. You can't be saying the white man ice is colder. You know what I'm saying? We got to either, like they say, shit or get out the pot. If you want to be free, then act like some people who want to be free. You know what I'm saying? So we have to support this Lumi. So if you don't do nothing except sign up for your free account and start receiving your stimulus, at least do that. And then when it builds up, you have something, try to encourage each other, let's trade some Lumi. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It can work if we all support it. We all support it. It will have value, because the dollar only has value because you believe in it. That's the only thing that the dollar is not backed by anything. It's paper. It's a piece of paper. It's not backed by gold. Not since the 70s. When Nixon took it off of the gold standard. The dollar is not backed by anything. It's just air. Right. The only thing that gives it value is the U.S. military, the gun, and people's belief in it. Right. That's it. That's it.
Now we gotta really just put, just like they talk about, the movements in the market, right? We all have seen over the past, even just year or so, how normal companies, even on the stock market, are shot through the roof overnight simply because everybody supported it. That's it. I mean, it's really it, right? So many people got together and supported it. And so that made its value rise. And so we have to take that same approach with these types of things. And if nothing else, guys, man, y'all need to be buying land. Like I don't even really care about nothing else than just buying land. Like buy land, guy. I don't know how many times I can say this. Buy land. Sister Yai is doing an amazing job right now in Ghana with the land. Matter of fact, Sister Yai, why don't we drop that? You want to introduce what you guys are doing there with the Ample Group? Can you hear me?
What'd you say?
I said we want to go ahead and introduce what you're doing there with the Ample Group. She was like, what?
Oh, sure. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Are you in search of litigation-free land that already has access to electricity and water? Do you need a reliable contractor to build your beautiful dream home here in Ghana? Then if so, Ankama Premium Company is for you. Easy payment plans available. Contact us for further details. Unkama, co-founder and vice president of Unkama Premium Company Limited. I'm also an official agent for Eclamont Ventures. Here we have 540 acres of virgin land for sale, 50 kilometers from where the new international airport is going to be, 10 minutes drive from the Shy Hills Resource Reserve.
My name is Mohammed Al Hassan, the CEO of Eclamont Ibn Hassan Ventures. This is a vast land, about 540 acres land. The measurement is 70 by 100, litigation free. We have pipe here, we have electricity. Everything here is intact. The road is very, very nice with a cost of 25,000 Ghana cedis. I'm the lead land officer for Eclamont Ibn Hassan Ventures Limited. And we are here to actually demarcate the land into pieces of plots. To be honest with you, the land is a very beautiful land, very flat.
I'm telling you guys, it's not going to be this price for very long because the land in this area, the value is rising up rapidly. So you want to come on in, get with me immediately so we can help you get your land. It's a wonderful asset for you to own here in Ghana. Thank you.
Go ahead, y'all.
Nice work y'all doing out there in Ghana. I see that land looking clean.
Yeah, and that was very
Man,
nice.
it's beautiful over there. It's really beautiful. It's beautiful. That land is so fertile. Every time I take people out there, they're like, man, this land, because the soil is so black and rich. Man, there's everything. You can grow anything over there.
Greenery too.
Yes, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But I agree with RJ. Listen, even if you don't buy land from me, get yourself some land. Get some land. Get some land. I can't say that enough. Get some land. You know, I know we got another guest that has to come on, but I just want to say here in Ghana, you know, they're already talking about food shortages. Have y'all been paying attention? There are food shortages in America coming, food shortages all over the world. And even they just had put out an article here last week predicting food shortages here in Ghana for 2022. So, you know, me and my husband been talking, but I plant all the time. I plant things. I'm going next week to my land to plant some more stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get caught slipping. I'm not gonna get caught slipping.
We was out on our farm all weekend. It's beautiful out there. Let me just tell you something. The farm, first, when you just get there, you feel healthier. I ain't even, like, as soon as you get onto the property, all of this green, you know, vegetation growing, it's just so serene. The birds, and you know, you just feel like the air is cleaner. But we got tons of food growing out there. I mean, we were there. My man went and picked lemons straight off the trees and commenced to make fresh lemonade. I said, this is the life. I'm from the South, man. Hey, look, I grew up in Atlanta, man. We appreciate things like fresh lemonade. I don't know if y'all.
You feel me? You feel me? The South, man. Hey, look, since y'all from the South, you know what I mean? And y'all talking about growing food, bro. That's all we've been doing out here for the last few months.
Right.
Growing food, taking advantage of the rain. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you, your first few years here, you're going to sit back like you're American. You're going to watch everybody do their thing and not understand why people farm at a certain time and how it cuts down the cost of living for months after that. Yeah. You get to learn the seasons. You get to grow what you like to grow. And if you don't own land, you still can arrange to lease land and grow your food. So it's just growing my food, man, is one of the greatest things that I really accomplished here because
even if you're not gonna come here, even if you're gonna stay in America, man, grow you some food. I'm telling you, do not get caught slipping. Start growing some food.
Especially over there.
Whatever you can, and start bargaining with each other. You don't gotta grow everything. You grow one crop. Your girlfriend's family grow one crop. Your homeboy's family grow one crop. Your cousins grow, and then y'all just share it, you know, collectively, right? You can't eat all of it, and 9 times out of 10, if you don't eat it, it'll waste. But that's what we see happening here on the ground. This guy grows all of the lettuce and cabbage. That guy grows all of the the mangoes. This sister over here has the peanuts and the mint.
It turns into barter.
But at the end of the day, right?
It turns into barter.
I bring you a ton of mangoes. You give me a ton of whatever you got, and we swap it out until everybody has what they need. This is the African way. Let's get involved. So let's bring on our next guest, brother named Ishak Nadir. He's also a new repatriate here on the ground. I think he's been here since last year, November. Let's talk to him and see how he's enjoying, his new life in Ghana. All right, Ishak, we'll bring you up. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
Hold
on, I gotta take the tape off the camera. Hold on.
Brother Nadir, make sure your camera's on.
No, I just had to move, take the tape off.
Oh, there he is.
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings, my brother. How's it going?
Absolutely fabulous. Let me say this first. Truly, truly proud of each one of you for accepting the selection. See, there are some that's elected, and then there's some that's selected. Accepting the selection and what you all are doing, I'm already going to tell you right now, bro, RJ and brother Chief Foday, I'm coming to Senegal because the first Africans that I developed a relationship with was Senegalese. So when I'm home in Cincinnati, Ohio, I mostly eat Senegalese food. And then and Chief, where area are you in? Because I didn't get that area.
I'm in Freetown, Sierra Leone, brother.
Okay, well, yeah. And
it's RJ. RJ's in Senegal.
Okay.
RJ's in Senegal.
So the beauty of this is too, Chief, is Sierra Leone was the first place that hit my soul. And I want you to understand that I'm saying this as deep as you can hear me say this. I was studying African history in college. I was actually close to playing at a major university of Cincinnati. That didn't happen, but I ended up getting knowledge itself. So I got something way more important than some hoop. So I studied at the University of Cincinnati in Sierra Leone. When we were studying Sierra Leone, and I was looking at the history of our ancestors in the transatlantic slave trade situation, I said, I want to go there, So I know the spirit would allow me to touch those places. However, I had seen something about Ghana like 20 years ago about they wanted us to come back. And then from 2000 on, it's an elder in my city that's now a chief here in Ghana, Elder Nana Nasi. I was working with him in the summer with his landscaping company. We just kept building. I remember donating to his first container. He was bringing containers over like every year, right? And then he ended up staying here for like 7 years. So I donated in 2000 and ended up bringing my own container in 2020. Just real quick to share with you how the journey happened. I've been wanting to come home since the 90s studying the motherland. So I bought a ticket in 2019, like 2018, 2019, and then COVID happened. And then they shut, the gates, but I still have my ticket. So a couple of things happened. I lost my aunt, I lost my dad, and may God bless them with paradise, and their legacy will forever live in me and my family. But at that point, I had a paradigm shift. Now, 5 years ago, I had already put money up that I would live here futuristically. But with the COVID, with that situation, I shift the paradigm to when I go, I'm home. I ain't going back. So I basically switched the ticket, and I switched the ticket to come. I wanted to celebrate my birthday. I wanted to get away from the cold because I'm from Ohio, the snow and all that. and so I was able to get here on November the 9th, celebrate my first Earth Day on November the 12th. And so and what I've been doing is, I go live, Facebook Live. I show the people to break the misconceptions. I show the beauty. I show everything. Like I'm the way I have used this journey. So my journey, the title was called Wimpy's Journey, the Ghana Mission. So Wimpy is my nickname. Everybody in Cincinnati know Wimpy. It's even people outside of Cincinnati that know Wimpy because basketball is my thing. So, but anyway, I get over, I come over, bro, and I just video and show people and to break the misconceptions and show the beauty and all those things. And it just happened. And the ancestors in the universe has been blessing me so tremendously on every step of the way. You know, I couldn't have wrote this blessing that I have. And what has happened is because I video and show, I got people that never would have thought about coming home. I got a brother who said, look, bro, when I watched you on a video sweating in February, and it was February in Ohio, and we was in a house on 5 degrees, I got to come see what you got going on. So I've been blessed to, you know, to influence some folk that's coming. And I'm a giver. I'm a people's person, you know what I'm saying? Blessed, you know, I met Sister Ya, and you know, I'm like Sister Ya, I'll tell you, I'm on her team, so I'm out here helping people. I ain't just over here playing. And I've been here literally 11 months, and I got 19 more days. This is the 19th day. And when that 19th day hit October the 9th, it'll be a year. So what I've been doing is I've been doing like a follow-up from all of my experiences. So the beautiful thing today is Ujima, the Ujima principle, because this was my, like I said, my third day was my birthday. The third day of this, you know, closing out this year is today. And y'all talked about it, the Ujima principle, collective work and responsibility. If we just exercise that principle, not only in the motherland, but all the diasporas exercise that principle, life is easier for us. And it's beautiful for us. And it's liberating us. You know, so that's, you know, just kind of how I'm moving with the energy and the spirit. And I come from, you know, my grandfather, Bishop Abraham Isaac Jacob Swanson XII. I come from an icon that's a minister. So I come from that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm one of your new teammates. I'm gonna tell y'all that. I love what you're doing. It was beautiful seeing what you're seeing what y'all doing, and our people gotta understand this thing is beautiful. It's beautiful over here. It's lovely. You know, it's some challenges. You learn some stuff, but you gotta learn quick. If you don't learn quick, they'll get you. You know, but I've been blessed. I'm humble, and
So
what happens
I
is,
just wanted to ask, I know you said you do the you're a basketball coach, right? And so
yes.
now in Ghana, you're running a program that's helped, I guess, hundreds of youth to get into basketball. What can you tell us about that? Like,
what happens is,
why, and how's it going?
sure. What happens is, it was like again this third day. It was my third day. It was my birthday, and it was also the day that a great leader in Ghana passed, J.J. Rollins. Right. So what happens is, I'm on my way to pay homage for my birthday to the ancestors. That was what the Spirit gave to me my second day here. Go pay homage to the ancestors. So I was on my way to Cape Coast Slave Dungeon. So, and I don't know nothing about no courts here, right? So me and the brother, we driving to Cape Coast in a taxi, and I see this basketball court with about 100 or more youth on the court. I stopped the taxi, jump out, run on the court, and told the guy, throw me the ball, put on the ball handle and show it center court, boop, 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 you know, doing my thing. Yeah. Kids start cheering and everything. And so this young lady who happened to be a European, who happened to play college ball, who was from the Midwest Missouri, came up and said, we're about to resume the camp, but would you like to play me in one-on-one? Okay. What she don't understand is, this young brother right here, when I cross that line, it's business. So it don't matter if you're a female, it wouldn't even matter if it was my mama in that moment. It's business when I cross that line. So she said she wanted to go to 3. I don't even care if it was Jordan, Iverson, LeBron. At that moment, they weren't nobody beat me in front of these Ghanaian youth, right? So we playing, and I beat her 3-0, 3-0. We was going, and one of the things that happened in it, I share with you. I ain't give her no breaks. She took the ball out, missed. I missed. I got warmed up, scored on the right. Then I went to dribbling on the left, and she hand checked me. And so when she hand checked me, right, I didn't understand this symbolic message. When she was and she was strong. She was about 5'11", strong. She's from the Midwest. You know how that goes. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all. I whooped that arm. She put that arm on. I whooped it. I whooped it like where I was on my way as a sign of our ancestors getting whooped. I whooped that forearm, scored. She was went crazy. And when the game was over, she walked over and was like, my forearm. I was like, hey. And from there, I got a name. So So I was able to get a name from that experience. So my name in Ghana, I don't use Coach Nadir. My name is Coach One. The kids heard me say I'm from A1. Yeah, because I'm from a neighborhood in Cincinnati called Avondale, which is A1. It's actually shaped like Africa. I'm a third generation from this black neighborhood. And so I'm from A1. So when they heard me say A1, the next day, somebody came over and said, they said it was American kid, coach there, Coach One. So that's my name. So in Ghana, I'm Coach One. I don't use no other name.
Wow.
And they respect coaches here. So what happens is I go back the next week to the same park. It's called Victoria Park. And I went to play hoop with the guys, some college guys on high school. And it was a Thursday. So I said, I'm going to start doing some basketball training on Saturday. Brother, here's the blessing. 24 youth is there like 7:30 a.m. waiting on me. And so my organization is called Top Cat. So Top Cat stands for Critical Athletic Thinking. So I teach critical thinking through athletics. So the beauty of this is this, though. So I trained for 6 weeks in Cape Coast. Then as I'm moving around, I go to Accra. Same situation. Driving down the street, see this court. Go to the court. But I had met this coach, ended up started training some youth in Accra. Well, when I started training these youth in Accra, I had a conversation about had they ever been to the slave dungeon? And the kids was like, no, it was 20 of them. I said, y'all ain't never been. So what I was learning, and I know y'all know, a lot of times they don't know our history. They don't know the value. They don't understand, like, we built America and y'all want to go to America. Understand? It's us who built it. And so I'm able to do now with basketball is start teaching history. Start really teaching history before they understand. So I move from there. I move. I go on UCC campus to meet some basketball people. They turned me on to this gentleman, this in Cape Coast, is over youth athletics. Went to him, visit with him. He asked me the question, and I showed him the video of me playing the girl. He said, when you leaving? I said, where am I going? I'm at home. Where am I to go? Where you want me to go, bro? I ain't gonna click my heels and be somewhere. I'm here. And so when he heard me say that, he got on the phone immediately and called his coach and said, I got an American that's staying here that I'm putting on your staff. He ain't seen me coach or nothing. Just seen the video.
He ain't seen me coach.
And just to show you the beauty of the ancestors, the universe, the coach was on his way to his office. So I met the coach. And so because of COVID, we didn't get to do the basketball just yet, but I was able to meet the youth and I've been moving around. So, with that, I'm blessed to use, athletics to develop just the whole young person. Cause a lot of these young people and the beauty of this is there's no youth focus really here. And that's okay. So, and like y'all said, and like I tell people, you come here with your skill set and build what is needed.
Right.
Don't complain. Right. Make something happen. So futuristically, there'll be some things that will be built from what I'm doing. And then the other thing happened in May. So in May, which was like the first day of Ramadan, I got a vision, and the vision was, and I already had been hashtagging from right at the beginning of the year, manifest. Anytime I post on Facebook, manifest. So I got this vision. I was given this vision, manifest 21. So what manifest 21 is and has become is I'm going to donate 2,021 pairs of shoes in Ghana. Now, the other part of it is of the vision that came was I'm going to go to that same first court in Cape Coast. And the vision said, fill up the whole court with shoes where you can't even see the court. So it would be a whole event around that with music, and things like this. And as y'all know, Saturdays is kind of open. It's either funeral, wedding, or something, right? Well, the beauty of this is when I start putting this out in my city of Cincinnati, people start sending me boxes of shoes. Boxes. So I just picked up last Wednesday night in Accra, and I live in the central region. So I live in the Elmina Cape Coast area. I picked up 35 boxes so far of shoes, and I'll start counting them tomorrow to see, what it is. Also, they sent me some stuff for schools. So I'm gonna be going. I volunteer at schools and things of that nature too. So I'm getting out. So, I'm donating at least 2,021 pairs of shoes in Ghana.
Hey.
And then and I'm just, you know, I'm really
That's
on what y'all on, like,
brother.
and I'm telling
That's
people,
phenomenal. Like we need to you know, really
yeah, I want
recognize.
listen,
Like,
I want
that's
to
not
come,
small.
to
Like,
synagogue. I gotta come to synagogue because they're my people. I got people at home in synagogue, and then I want to come to Sierra Leone because that was the first place, and go to the and so
RJ, sister, y'all don't roll with no busters. I don't roll with busters.
nah, hey, and so really, and so really, RJ and Chief Foday and Sister, y'all know we the pioneers. This like and the people. I'm telling you, like, and I tell people, I'm real transparent. So, mom, I'll give you some of my mom. She say, when you coming back? I say, Mom, my apartment that I live in is bigger than the one I had in the States. I paid for 2 years, and I only paid $49 a month for 2 years, and it's paid for. She said, you ain't coming back.
I ain't coming back.
I ain't got no shack, y'all. I got decent. It's decent. Like my kitchen's okay. It's actually my warehouse right now for the boxes of shoes. All right. So, you know, and I'm already looking at land. I'm already on that too. Like, but it's the mercy of the Creator. It ain't me. I'm just listening. I'm being patient. I'm listening to the energy. I ain't got no time for no drama, and I don't got no time for the Negroes who came bringing their Negro stuff over here. I don't got time.
Thank you.
I just stay focused. I'm humble. And here's the one thing that's been so powerful. So the village that I first slept in is this village called Ayin Sudu. So there's a beautiful couple, Sister Adra and Uncle Kofi. Now Uncle Kofi passed. They're from Philly, but they came here 21 years ago. They have a guest house called Esteem. So I stayed there. But this village Ayin Sudu is my hood. It's my neighborhood. I'm there. I'm almost there every day. So when I brought the container, I brought it to that village. And when I gave out items to about 50 families off the top, I tell y'all, if you ever go and look at any of my Facebook stuff, you're gonna hear people saying, Coach One, Coach One, Coach One every day. Coach One. I can't walk, Coach One. And I'm not looking for like no notoriety or nothing. I'm just serving. I'm a servant. And they'll tell you, if you ask people in Cincinnati about me, I serve. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro. Go.
Hey, bro, let me tell you something, man. This from me. Man, I appreciate your presence, man. I really appreciate your spirit on the continent. You know, I'm from Pennsylvania, so I know about the cold weather. You know what I'm saying?
I've been to Pittsburgh, Philly.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So on top of that, man, it's just like your approach is very, very important to highlight. You know, when I came here, I came alone, bro, just like you. Yep. I ain't never go back either, man. I found out what it was over here and was like, man, I'm chilling. And you know, similar to you, man, it's the youth. When the youth embrace you in Africa, it's a different situation. And you know, some of us want to come back and experience the high life Africa. My biggest issue with that is that we'll be celebrating with the same ones that's responsible for the oppression and exploitation of Africa. So to get down with the grassroots, get with the people, get with the youngins, because they brilliant over here, bro. They got so much talent, so much athleticism.
For sure. Yeah.
You know, I used to rap a little bit in America, just like RJ. So so when I came over here, man, I was about 33 years old, and you know, I was all into the Pan-African RBG hip hop movement, just trying to like use the hip hop to teach Pan-Africanism, particularly Garveyism. And I was surprised to find how much we influence the youth here that don't have anybody to look at in their society that they admire. They overlook everybody and look to us and say, well, whatever the Americans is doing, particularly the Black Americans, whatever the Black Americans are doing, that's how I'm going to dress. That's the hat I'm going to wear. That's the jewelry I wear. And we don't typically understand that.
No,
you know,
that's true.
But the reality is that your situation, bro, is beautiful. I got, when you do come to Freetown, I got a couple brothers that actually play ball out here, man. You know what I'm saying? And we're always looking for programs. We're always looking for.
I tell you, I even went to Takoradi. So Takoradi is, you know, one of the main port areas. I went there and trained some coaches, and I'm gonna be going back like real soon. But let me say this, because I will be remiss. I want to because this is where I should have started, but it's all good. I want to first give a moment of appreciation and homage to Saji Fu, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. It's his birthday. So we definitely salute
Today.
and celebration for that leader, that Pan-African great warrior, because without him, we wouldn't even saw such a beautiful experience. Right. But as you say with the youth, like I'm a youth person, so hey, bro, all you gotta do, let's set it up in 2022. I come because I teach, and the way and just to share with you, like I'm humble, real humble, but I'm slick. I'm 5'9", but I'm slick. And the way I teach, I connect you with other parts of who you are. So I ain't just doing basketball. It's a science to the game, and I teach the science to the game. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, I just, it's been a mercy and a blessing. And the one thing that really let me know that what I'm doing it has some impact. I was walking through a village one day, and I kept hearing this voice, Coach Juan, Coach Juan, Coach Juan. I'm like, who is that coming from? It was like this little 2-3-year-old. The kids know me, like, just because when I go to schools, I'm giving things out. One school here, Acoma is actually owned by a sister from the diaspora, Sister Shakacia. This school is a science and technology school. So I went there and helped the physical education teacher do some activities with the kids. So like I said, now I just move around and like anywhere where it's youth, they connect with me. And the one thing that's been beneficial for me is just my spirit. I talk to everybody. You're gonna talk to me when you can. And then I know how to. I tell you the story real quick. I was in Osu on the main street, Oxford Street. So a couple of teenagers, like 19, they walking by and they see me talking. They mean mugging me because we get that because we speak English. So when they got to a certain place, I said, at the same, and they stopped like, yo, some words and we ain't expecting you to know like tree or fanti. And I tell my friends like it's just small words, when I'm doing business interactions and I know they trying to cheat me, I'll be like dabby dabby, which means no. So like the sister Sharice you talked to earlier, like language, understanding the language is very, very critical. You know what I mean? And then sometimes we have to teach them the value of their own language. Because when I ask them like, why you introduce yourself by some other name other than African? I'm like, put that first. Don't put English first. You know what I mean? So like I said, man, I tell you, I've been having a ball. Me and Sister Ya, we link. I work with Sister Ya, connect with Sister Ya, and we gonna continue to build. And like I said, I salute you, brothers and sisters, for what you're doing. I'm glad I've been able to connect to this because I'm a connector. So now I'm gonna be a member. I'm telling you that right now. I'm already gonna be a member.
No doubt.
And so the funny thing too, RJ, like when I get on the court, the young boys look at the silver, right? I'll be like, but when the game over, they be like, I apologize, OG. I apologize. Like, don't let me fool you.
They apologize.
So, like I said,
I be out here trying to teach them, a little American football because here everybody play football, but it's the football that you play with your feet. It's soccer, right? But
so you're trying to teach them the pigskin.
I come out the house with my American football, and they be like, "Oh, what is that?" I'm like,
right.
And, all the kids start going crazy. They looking at it like it's like, I never seen
and I must also add, it's a brother named Lonzo. I'm actually at Lonzo house because I'm waiting on my technology to get straightened out. But me and brother Lonzo and Sister Ya was, key to helping us get residency. But me and brother Lonzo, we help people get the 10, anything we can help them with, 10 numbers, IDs, whatever. When people come over, we grab them and walk them through the door, you know what I'm saying, and help them understand. When you come over here visiting, it's different than when you come over here living. And like you said, Chief, planning, you know what I'm saying? Planning. Now, I ain't really playing, but I had a little wisdom given from the elder, but it was still, and this is what's also important I share with y'all. When I actually came to go to a different village. But what happens is the elder was waiting on our containers to get on the water. And with that weight, I ended up developing my own life real quick. Stuff just happened because I'm a person known for moving around. Like I move around. So I went far east my first week. People like, be careful, be safe. I'm like, look, I'm going where the creator say go. So I actually talked to a sister today, just lived here, been here all her life. She said, I asked her, has she been in certain places? Like, no, I ain't never been there yet. I'm like, what y'all doing? Standing in one spot? You know what I mean? So I move around. Like, I love moving around. I love people. I love, serving and giving. That's Lonzo just walked back. I love giving. So I'm just, like you said, I'm humble. I'm, and I'm just a giving guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So go ahead.
I want to let everybody know before we let our brother go, we are working on something. And RJ, I don't know if we Made in Africa and Basani, if it's something we can organize as the Exodus Alliance to be able to do it in all the areas where we are. But what Brother Nadir and I are putting together is a series of what we call a survival series. So we want to teach people certain survival skills, and it'll be over the course of a period of time. So we want to do things like a CPR, first aid, how to smoke fish to preserve it, so that it don't spoil. Because our people don't know how to do these things, and how to preserve fruits and vegetables. Physical fitness,
lamb meat. They can kill a goat.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you
something. And then dry that meat to where it can last for weeks and weeks without even being.
Those type of things. Because even with growing the fruit, a lot of food here is lost to spoilage. So we need to learn how, if we're gonna grow it, how to preserve it, so that it can last for a while. I wanted to try to find somebody who's doing something with aquaponics. But we do have some instructors already lined up. It's just a matter of us putting the schedule together. And it's not just going to be for diasporans, because quiet as it's kept, I asked my husband, I showed my husband the list of courses that we want to offer. And it'll be basically some beginner courses, nothing really long but to get people thinking about these things and to do more research on it, how to survive, how to make charcoal. That's another thing we were talking about, how, a lot of African people still cook outside on the pot with that charcoal. They know how to make the charcoal.
She loves it, actually. She's got so used to using that charcoal grill now. She knows so many recipes just for that grill. And
that's what I'm saying. So these are all. So I can get with you and Chief and show y'all the list of things that we're trying to put together, and then we can do it as a concerted effort amongst all the organizations. And like I said, not just for diasporans, because I was talking to my husband. I said, hey, do you have any of your friends here that can teach some of these things, like how to make the charcoal, how to smoke the fish? And these guys have been living in the city so long, they don't know how to do it. None of them, they were like, they don't know that, what I mean? So even though they are African, they don't know how to do it either.
How to make organic insect repellent, stuff like that, mosquitoes off you and stuff like that. These things you can make with household goods, and most of the time less harmful than the ones that you find, over the counter. So these are huge skills.
It's very important.
Forward to that, man. You guys send that whole list to me. I'm gonna be on it.
Yeah, it's very important. I agree with that too. I think it's dope because we have this platform, and we're able to share the platform in a way where we have this survival skills training. It's so important. The survival skills training. Use this platform. Bring the people, bring the specialists on, feature them. Let them come on. So we all can learn together at one time in one place.
Yeah. So I've got a brother already.
I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and let our brother Ishaq Nadir go. Ishaq, thanks for tuning in with us. Thanks for sharing your story. We were glad that you're here on the ground. You are already in the family, so we look forward to hearing a lot more from you.
So all I say is this: 19 days left. I celebrate the year. And then I'll be able to celebrate it. Celebrate another Earth Day over here. So keep up the great work y'all doing. I definitely start. I'll be tuning in more. Like I said, I'm gonna be a member. So let's link up on Facebook. I'm gonna be a member. I got to. This is what I'm supposed
Come
to
on in. Come on in.
do.
Appreciate you.
All right, peace and
man.
blessings.
All
Peace and
right.
blessings.
All right, brother Nadir. I'll be in
I'll talk
touch.
to you later. No
All
doubt.
right. Yeah, so as I was saying, that was a survival course series. I think it's important. It's been put on me by the ancestors or something. They're telling me to do it, so I got to do what I'm told to do. So that's going to be coming up, and I'll get with you guys, and we'll put something out for the people and try to record or at least stream as much of it as we can so that people can have the benefit of the classes as well.
Right. So really quickly, before we get to the end of our show, I do want to do as I promised earlier. We're going to give you guys a quick tour of the property that we just acquired here in Senegal, West Africa. Beautiful property right off of the Pink Lake. You guys, pay attention, check it out. We're going to talk a little bit about how you can get involved, possibly come and stay, even get invested if you guys are looking for investment options here on the ground. But here it is. Check it out.
Peace and blessings. What's going on out there? Africa is for Africans. RJ Mahdi here, and we are standing just off of the Pink Lake in Senegal, where we are set to lay ground for our transitional housing for repatriates to stay. And so as we visit the property today, we're looking at it for what needs to be developed. It's partially complete, but still requires a lot of work. So we're joined here today by our engineer here, Mbaki. We've also got one of our project managers and coordinators, Eugenie, the property owner here, Mr. Ndo, and our partner, ADG Al-Kabilan Development Group, Poplo. We're going to check out the property and see what needs to be added, what needs to be taken out, how we can expand it, how our investors can get involved here at this transitional property. And remember, this is a property for those who are landing on the ground to be able to live in a collective environment. Everything that we need is on the property, so we don't even have to outsource too much, and we can be able to build off of it and help each other to get settled in. All right, come take a look inside. This is Africans for Africans. This is the front side of the building. This is where we come in. This is the main door. I love how they made these round faces, just to make it a little unique. Try to change it up a little bit. But again, this area would be like a small garden. All right, so we're talking about dressing up this area really nicely. So we try and create that relaxing environment as much as possible. So front side of the main residential building, this is some space that we have to either build out and create other rooms because there's a door here. See, there's a door here that comes out from the side of the building. You could actually expand this space to be another room, put another room on top of it. A lot of space for growth. But initially, we're going to be turning this area into a garden, something really serene, a place you can just sit and relax, come out here at nighttime, enjoy the stars in the sky, all right? So this is actually where customers would enter the property. That's the main entry gate, as you see there, the security wall. A person will come in. This will be the main doors that they enter through. So this will be our reception. As you see here, this area is being nicely designed. They're coming and putting in those glass tiles. But this will be the reception area where a person can walk in, sign in. We've got a seating area being built in on this side. So you see the seating area is built into the walls already. Those will be topped with nice cushions, and this will be like a couch. Also on this side as well. So we've got another seating area just over here. Again, excuse the mess, guys. This is a place under construction, but this is actually another seating area. Even they were thinking about putting a table in the middle and making it like a dining space. But then also you have the kitchen being constructed here. I would say this would probably be like an administrative office. All right,
So this is an example of one of the 4 rooms that are here. So initially the builder, the property actually built in beds in every room. So the beds are actually made from stone. They're built into the wall. They're not mobile. We may be scrapping and tearing all of this out, but check this out. I got something really cool to show you guys. They have this built-in armoire in the wall here. Check out what they did with it. You actually step through the wardrobe to get to the bathroom. So check out this little enclave, all right? Beautiful, again, that glass tile built into the walls. This is an example of one of the rooms. This is just one in the main residential house. Definitely be a full space. As you see, it's already walled all the way around. These can all be individual rooms. So we've got at least enough space up here for, I'd say, at least 3 or 4 here. 2 or 3 or 4 here. We got about at least 6 to 8 more rooms that we put up on top of this floor once it's complete. So we're standing on top of the residential 1 building. This property from here all the way to the big building you see there peeking through the trees is what we're going to be developing. All right, transitional home. Stay tuned. We're going to talk to you a little bit more about the other building. This is Eugenie, so she's part of the team here, the project team building out the transitional house. Eugenie is a student, engineering student, right? Yeah, yeah. And that goes all through this area. You see this wall? Everything you see here on this wall, we can enclose it also and make this even more rooms, more space, more, perhaps entertaining space, space to hold events and things like that. Okay? All right, so let's go and take a look at the big house over here. So this is the back side of residential 2. Here, they've already begun to dig a swimming pool. All right, so it's already been, dug out. We're gonna certify that spot and create around it, getting that tropical paradise feel, right? Bringing in those palm trees. Over here in the distance, there's another smaller structure which is set to be the cafe for the pool area. So you'll have over there seating, chairs, tables. This privacy wall will be taken a lot higher. So we're going to approach here from this side of the house and go inside. Come on, let's show you. Okay, residential 2 building, we're standing at the front side of it, okay? So we're just inside of the courtyard, just inside of the privacy wall. The other building that we visited is on the other side here, right? But as you can see, there's already 2 stories completed and a 3rd story going up, okay? So we're gonna start on the 2nd floor as they block the downstairs door to keep people from going inside. But we'll go upstairs and go down to see from there. All right, so we're 1 floor up on the 2nd floor. Come on in, I'm gonna show you how well they've structurally built this house out. Very sturdy, solid structure, okay? So even though it's partially completed, it's not all the way to where they wanted it to be. The way they started it is really good ongoing. So you'll be able to build a lot on top of this, and the building can hold it. Inside, there are several studios here. You've got some small studios here, small room and bathroom space. Another one here, small room and bathroom space. Every studio here has a bathroom. So this is 1 hallway of rooms here in the 2nd floor, okay? Just over this way, This is where we're going to homeschool our kids at while they're staying in the transitional house. So this space is built out for that. You've got a couple of different rooms here that you can be able to utilize. There's also a bathroom here and a room on this side. Here's another studio. This one has a bathroom here as well. All right, so just a small room with a bathroom. This is like a balcony door, patio door. And then you walk out there, the balcony here. On this floor, I believe we counted about 5 or 6 rooms plus the classroom. All right. But again, very structurally sound, very strong. Eugenie is here taking notes so we can know everything that needs to be fixed, everything that needs to be applied to this place. We're going to do it. So the roof has no walls yet, but you can already start to see the different rooms that have come to form here as well. Come on up, let me show you guys the potential. All right, so this is what is now the rooftop residential 2. As you can see here, you've got space for one room. Here to my left, you've got space for another room. Everything that's downstairs can also be up here. Acres and acres of beautiful farmland. They've got tons of beautiful fruit already growing on this property, and so we're going to engage that as part of our healing journey when we come home. Everything between this building we're standing on and the distance is where our transitional property will begin to take form. So here we are, guys, on the farm just behind the transitional house. As you can see here, they're growing tons of tomatoes. They're looking very ripe, actually, really heavy. Great tomatoes growing out of the soil, mostly because the water quality here is great. There are wells all over this property, including the built-in irrigation systems. They've got reservoirs for the water. If you look around, you'll even see some of the staff here. They're actually harvesting and collecting some of the tomatoes. Right now, they'll probably sell them locally here in the local markets for profit, but essentially we could be doing more with them. We could be transforming them, using them for healing agents, whatever, right? So let us know what you would grow here, what we can make with it, and we'll talk about how we can make it possible. And there you have it, guys. Our transitional property is under construction here in Senegal, West Africa. All right. So if you're looking to make a return, you're looking for a place to have a soft landing in good company, in good spirits, in a wholesome and organic environment, we're building that for you here on the ground. We have opportunities for members of the diaspora to get invested in many different sectors on that property, from agriculture to transportation to real estate to other commercial opportunities. Make sure you go to our website, madeinaafricaproject.com. It's scrolling across the bottom of the screen if you'd like to get involved in that. But for others who'd like to get involved, and maybe you can't invest, maybe you don't have enough to invest, maybe you're not looking to return right away, maybe you want to get involved and show your support, but you don't know exactly how to. And so we want to go ahead and extend the invitation to everybody out there to get involved in our Buy a Brick program. And what that allows you to do from anywhere in the world is to buy a commemorative engraved brick, which is just a regular red brick. But that brick is going to be engraved with your name, your family's name, your organization or institution. It's going to be, a nice memorial for perhaps an ancestor, a loved one. But we're going to lay that brick on the property of this and other repatriate communities here on the ground, in the pathways, in the outdoor exterior areas, and your family's name will be forever ingrained in these properties. And so, for again, those people who can't, you don't have thousands to invest, you're not ready to make the move, but you want to show your support, we need your support. These projects are not easy to bring about. We've all been here on the ground for years working on it, and to see things like this come out of it, we're excited, but we also understand that we need you guys to get involved as well. And so for everybody that purchases a brick, okay, for everyone that purchases a brick, you will be entered to win a free home in Africa, in Ghana, specifically courtesy of Sankofa Repatriation Assistance Program, Sister Ya, and a host of other prizes. All right, so really quickly, we're going to drop you guys a video just kind of detailing that, and then we'll give you some more info right after we're done. All right, hang tight.
Criminal defense attorney and criminal prosecutor within the American legal community, I've seen firsthand the injustices and disparities our people have suffered in the West. Now, as a repatriate back to our ancestral homeland, Africa, and as a member of the Exodus Alliance, my organization and I have committed our time and resources to assisting many others who are seeking to return home.
That's why organizations like ours and others have joined hands in the Exodus Alliance to collectively put our efforts together and allow members of the diaspora the chance to win a free home in Africa.
To include a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom home right here in beautiful Ghana.
Additional prizes include a year of free rent and utilities, a free plot of land, a 2-week retreat, airfare for 2, and even up to 150,000 USD in Lumi digital currency.
Between now and Kwanzaa, you'll be able to purchase an engraved commemorative brick and be entered to win.
Your brick costs 250 USD and can be engraved with you and or your family's name to leave a generational legacy.
Your brick will be laid on display in the common exterior areas of one of our repatriate communities.
There are only 1,500 bricks available for purchase, so get yours right away. Not only will you be engraved in the fabric of Africa forever, you'll also be helping so many others to find their way home.
All right, guys. So there you have it. The prizes have been listed. The link is on our website, madeinaFricaProject.com. You guys can buy from there directly. And I know a lot of folks had a little trouble purchasing from the Pay Dunya link that we had on there originally. It is a continent-based program, but we do have a new gateway for you. So for those who tried before and weren't able to, please revisit our website, click the link, purchase a brick. Do it for yourself and your family's legacy, but also do it to help those who are coming behind to make that transition. Is really important.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. Go ahead, sister.
No, go ahead. I'll come in.
No, I was going to say that this ideal is, I want to say an experiment, but it's been a long time that we've been trying to come up with a way that we can offer something to the people that's not here yet, so that they will have encouragement. They can participate in some kind of process. And we ain't dumb. We know $250 is not going to kill anybody. But we also know that the value of Africa, the value of having your legacy already here before you get here, the value of getting involved before you even get here, you can't really put a price on it, especially once you come and receive the benefits of it. But just to say, hey, we know y'all out there. We over here doing us. What we do for business is clear. We consult, and that's very clear. This is not our business. I want to make that very, very clear. This is for you. This is for the participants. This is for the people who have been supporting us all this time. This is for those who really need to get involved. And it's not really about the money at all. We said it before, when we first launched the Buy a Brick campaign. It's literally about building a house for a lucky winner. It's really about, a trip for 2, exclusive to Freetown, with yourself. With me, I'm gonna be your guest. I'm your host.
Paying somebody's rent for a year.
That's right.
150,000 Lumi. We're talking about Lumi. We're talking about supporting our own currencies.
So this is an opportunity. We just got finished talking about earlier on this show, being able to actually use the Lumi, in our day-to-day lives. And so this is one way to do that, to be able to have a lump sum of Lumi and be able to use it, put it in circulation as you build your business or as you make your repatriation.
Absolutely. Plus, like you pointed out, two of our partners, the UNIACL and then also SOAD, the State of Africa Diaspora has already paved the way for us to have our own currency. It's like, what are we waiting for? Especially within the repatriation movement, where we're going to have to do more of a service for barter kind of thing to make sure that we can sustain. It can't be all about money with us. You know what I'm saying? It has to be another way to swap resources that can be usable. And then we all come together using this Lumi. Even just in the repatriation community, we're already economically empowered every repatriate.
That's right.
So it's about learning what we're doing, understanding that we're not trying to burn you, we're actually trying to help you, and understanding that, hey, man, if it was in America and somebody was saying, hey, man, put $250 up for a chance to win a house, it wouldn't sound too far-fetched crazy, but it's going to cost to build a house.
That's right.
Somebody's going to win. Well, listen, it's 1,500 bricks that we need to sell, and somebody's going to win. One of all those, somebody's going to win the house. Somebody's going to win free rent and utilities. Somebody's going to win the round trip ticket. Somebody's going to win. So we need y'all, and anybody, if you have an organization and you need to do fundraising for your organization, get in touch with us. If you want to help sell some bricks and earn some money for your organization, reach out to us. Help us get these 1,500 bricks sold so that we can give out these prizes, and we gonna do it big for Kwanzaa. Hey, let me tell y'all what we're gonna do. Every day of Kwanzaa, we're gonna announce a winner. The first day of Kwanzaa, we're gonna have somebody draw. We're lining up some celebrity personalities to be the ones who draw the winners, to choose who the winners will be. And every day of Kwanzaa, we will announce a new winner all the way up to the last day of Kwanzaa when we draw the name of the person who's going to win the house. It's going to be exciting this year. Kwanzaa is going to be off the chain. So, like I said, let's get these 1,500 bricks. 1,500 ain't a lot. For us to be able to do all these things that we want to do for y'all. So like my brother Chief said, it ain't for us. This is something we doing for the people, to get the people excited about repatriation and about Africa. This is for you guys. We want to give back something to you all for showing support and all of that stuff. So let's do it. I know we can do it. 1,500 bricks is not a lot. And again, if you have an organization and you want to participate and you want to help us with this fundraiser to do this, let us know.
Any volunteers, if you want to volunteer in any sector, if you want to volunteer in any sector, it doesn't matter. Helping out with, making calls or doing outreach, helping out with creating media, helping out with generating different events and projects in your own areas around the world. We want to hear from you. This is never, and at any point in time, if you think it is, don't, right? This is never something that we're just doing for ourselves, and it's never something that we can do on our own. And so we're always looking for people to get involved. Come on, bring your skills. Sometimes it doesn't even take a financial investment. It doesn't even take for you to use your money. It may just take for you to take some time to, do some outreach. But we are, generating this kind of global support because it's necessary. So, make sure you guys reach out, go to the website, madeinaafricaproject.com, and get involved. Take the time to really let us know where you feel like you'll fit in, what you feel like you can offer, how you feel like you can contribute, what you're looking to get out of this entire organization and mission, and we'll see how we can make it happen. We appreciate all of you guys for tuning in and supporting the mission. All right. And that brings us to the end of our program today, guys. This is Exodus Radio Returns. Thank you so much for coming on. As always, we're here to bring you all the resources and advancements and news and things that you need to know when and while connecting with the African continent. We thank y'all for tuning on. Looks like we just lost Chief Foday right at the last minute. But next week we'll be back here, same time, same place. We look to see all of you all soon. All right, take care. It's Exodus time.
Peace, family. Peace. Love you guys. Bye-bye.